Hey y'all. Y'all, I was almost late, honey. I had to grab me a refreshing beverage for this live. Okay. Thank y'all so much for joining me at such an awkward time. But listen, I was trying to actually get all these reviews out that I have to do, and I'm so behind. So I had to do what I had to do. But I thank y'all so much for joining me. Hey everybody, let me say hey to some people. Hey Tigry01. Hey Yep, that's D. Hey Jessica Grant. Hey Marsha. Hey Latanya. Hey Christina. Hey Christiana. Hey Yolanda. Hey Nicole Brown. Christian Capers. Hey Miss Smiley 03. Hey Goddess Anita. Hey Amy. Hey Felicia. Hey TP Lewis. Hey Laura Green. Hey T Wright. Hey Yeslia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hey Karen. Karen, you don't think Gil like Mirla? Child, we gonna get into it. Hey Maylene. Hey Fancy. Hey Jessica Grant. Hey Britannia. Hey Truth Paddles. Hey Fam You Chick. Or Fam You Chic. Hey Vivian. Hey Sean. Hey Kay. Hey Grits and Wavy. Tequila. D-Dub. Gwen Cook. Hey Camila. Hey Sephora. Hey C. Elliott. Hey Jess LG. Hey Be Yourself. All right, y'all, let's get into it, honey. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining this live. If you are new here or you are a new subscriber, then thank you so much for joining the live with us opinionators. We do this once a week when Married at First Sight rears its ugly head. We get on here and get into it as we get into it. Okay. Normally it was scheduled for Fridays, but then Ready to Love came back. It's not giving the zhuzh that it should be given. So then, but I still am obligated to do it because one thing about me is if I started, I just cannot stop in the middle of it if I said I was going to do it. So I'm just pushing through. Now, one thing that I did stop is Salt Lake City. I didn't stop completely. Okay. But they're giving me nothing. So when they start giving me something, then I'll be back. But as far as reviewing every single episode of Salt Lake City, I ain't gonna be able to do it, y'all. I ain't talking about nothing. But anywho, thank y'all so much for joining me. If you are new here, then welcome. Thank you for becoming an opinionator. Thank y'all for being on this live. Okay, you could have been doing something else. It's Saturday. Okay, time to get it popping. And y'all on this live with me so we can discuss the hurricane. And y'all know what's so funny? That it's actually raining in Houston. Like it's thundering outside. I said, not the thunder for the soundtrack for the hurricane of it all. Child, we really about to get into it. Do y'all hear me? So anywho, it is 214 of you or 227 on this live. Please stop and like it for me, please. Even if you don't like me, honey, thumbs it down. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you just come in here to spy, to take it back somewhere else, honey. Do whatever you're going to do. Just please interact with the video. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe, comment, get down in the comment section and get into it, honey. It's storming outside, the soundtrack of it all. So, child, let's go. All right, let's go, honey. Let's get into it as we gonna get into it. Listen. Okay, so Karen says she don't think that Gil actually likes Mirla. Let's start with the most boring couples first. Okay, then we'll work our way into the piece de resistance, honey, the finale. Okay, so let's start with I guess we can start with Gil and Mirla. So y'all don't think that Gil and Mirla are what Gil and Mirla are supposed to be. Now, it's not that I don't think that Gil likes Mirla. I think that he just needs to find something to talk about. Otherwise, him and Mirla will just be there. If they're not in a group setting, there's not really much that Gil and Mirla actually give us. I mean, Gil gonna do what he do, honey. He gonna put his tight jeans on with his hips and whatnot. And Mirla, she gonna come out fresh faced with lashes and she gonna complain. That's what she gonna give us. So, I mean, what else is there? So I think that they're just trying to give us something. They're like, okay, Gil, you got to complain or something, dude. I mean, give us something. So that's what I feel. Thank you so much, Nakia Smith, for the super chat, just because I rock with you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Gil is jealous of her. Gwen, you think so? I don't think he's jealous of her. I just think that he is, let me see the word that I want to use. Not jealous, but I feel like he's actually the complainer. Like, that's what I think. Like, you're always complaining about something that she ain't. Okay, you said, and then I think he was actually upset that she actually received what he said. She was like, okay, I had fun. And she just left it at fun. He was like, are you okay with me telling you that? He wanted her to get into it, honey, and start getting an attitude. She was like, yes, I receive it. He was looking at her like, what? You receive it? Yes, she receives it. And what else is going on? They might be private. Yes, Christiana. Or am I pronouncing it right? Christiana? Okay. Hopefully that's what it is. Because otherwise, sometimes I side-eye Gil. I'm like, Gil, now, honey, you complaining about absolutely nothing. Okay, she ain't bothering nobody. You see that what was displayed all up and through here? Okay. When everything was flipped over and glasses were thrown, you could have that. Honey, count your blessings. Ciao. Goodbye. Let me see. Naisha said, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, or is it Nisha? I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it correctly. Yeah, Mirla and Gil is getting boring now. It's giving nothing, but they're the best couple compared to the rest. Child, and they snuck up on us. I was not expecting that. I said, not Gil and came in. But let me just say this to y'all. I was really watching the way that Gil and Mirla interacted. They were showing like little small like bits of them. They weren't actually speaking, but I noticed she was laying on him. She was hugging him a lot. She was, all over her man. I said, oh, okay, honey. They are actually warming up to each other. She warming up to him. He was already warm, honey. Mirla could become overbearing at some point, but I think she's warming up. Yeah, she could be. And what I was noticing too is maybe he is starting to get a little bit tired of her complaining about whatever. Not once has Gil complimented Mirla for anything. Felicia, I mean, if we really gonna talk about it, all he says is, yeah, she's a little bit particular. My wife's a princess. Yeah, she likes the finer things. Yeah, my wife's a princess. I mean, she would be so happy if we just move to the penthouse in the sky. She's such a prince. Okay, well, what do you like about the lady? Do you think she's pretty? Do you like your conversations? Is she giving the zhuzh that should be given? Like, get out of here with that. Like, child, please. Let me see. I don't like the way he's bashing her. She is not complaining as much as she used to. He wants a princess. Sheila, you better speak your speech, because that's exactly what I feel. You want a problem. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. Now, what's the problem? Okay, she said I would rather have my own space by myself. I would rather have my own space by myself too. If everybody tearing everything up, honey, throwing suitcases against the wall, stealing spices and repeating the fact they steal spices, honey, bow, peeking her head out the window, bow, 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 boom, 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 boom. Y'all know I cannot do a live without it. Child, y'all know I can't. Listen, Carrie, I said the same exact thing. They low-key knocking the boots. Somebody knocking the boots. Yes, they are, honey. They are definitely getting into it. She ain't smiling from ear to ear for nothing, honey. And they ain't fooling me. And they ain't fooling you either, Carrie. I was like, somebody getting into it. Child, please. All them little smooches. Word is, Gil wants to mooch off Mirla. That's what the word on the street is. Well, child, they talking about everybody else, okay? Mirla keeps rocking those monogram Mrs. clothing items, though. Look, last night I could not sleep. I do not know why. I have the worst insomnia on earth, but I was just perusing through the YouTube streets to see what everybody else was talking about. And I went on over to Tamara Tattles because, honey, she going to bring you something new if she don't do nothing else. So I went over there and she had some pictures of Mirla back through the ages, like from 2016, 17 and all of that. And Mirla looked so much different. I was like, oh, okay. She finally got a little zhuzh. That's why she rocking them tags. Okay, Mirla, I see you. Because, and judging from the pictures, when I see her through the pictures, if I had never, heard her speak or anything, if I were looking at those pictures, I would think this is a sweet lady. This is a lady who loves kids. This is a nice lady, a very down-to-earth woman. I want y'all to go check it out. Tamara Tattles, girl. Go on over there and look and see what she was talking about. But when I was looking at those pictures, it made me see her differently. You know how you watch something and then you piece together what you actually see and know of the person? And I said, Mirla ain't that bad, honey. But Gil better stop all that complaining. I think Gil was like, you best not make me look like a fool. Since she's a life coach, what kind of life coach would she be if she can't handle her own life? She's not about to lose her clients. Is she a life coach? She's not a life coach. She's she works in the education system. I think she's on the administrative side, but I don't think she's a life coach. I don't remember hearing that. The streets is talking, and they said Girla already broke up. Shayna, don't give me no spoilers. Are you serious? Girl, I didn't know that. See, that's why I don't be listening to the word on the street. Because first of all, they put Zach with Mirla. They was like, Zach is dating Mirla. Then all of a sudden he was dating Bow. And I mean, I don't know who. Listen, I was watching Unfiltered last night too. Because like I told y'all, I couldn't sleep. So I watched Unfiltered, and it was Ryan, Dr. Viviana in her little dresses, and Zach. Now, what I did pick up on is the fact that Zach seemed much happier doing the Unfiltered with Ryan. I noticed that. I was like, oh, okay. You look like you in better spirits today. Okay, I love to see it. Then when it came down to the part of them showing everything being torn up and thrown up and pushed to the side, Dr. Viviana just smiled and said, well, what I think is happening is people can overcome, they aren't their issues. I feel like you can separate that. And I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? So you mean to tell me? I'm sorry I skipped over everybody else, but I had to get into this because it just popped into my mind. She told Zach that he should basically just get over it because Michaela can change. Even after seeing that, she just smiled. I said, what are you smiling at? Like, I was so confused watching her smile. And then Jamie, because honey, she gonna co-sign whatever anybody says anyway, honey. She don't have an original thought in her mind. I'm like, child, they put you on here because you were on a season of Married at First Sight. If that's the case, get on up, move on over, and let Gil sit down so he can bring some money in for whoever he dating, child. But anywho, Dr. Viviana just smiled, and I was like, what are you smiling at? Let's just take Zach out of it. Okay, let's take him out of it. We don't even care about Zach. Zach, you're gone. Okay, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. Okay, Zach gone. So all we got is Michaela. So you mean to tell me if y'all were casting this season and Michaela came through during the casting and got mad at one of the experts and started tearing that place down, you're going to look at her and say, hey, you know what? I don't think you are your anger. I think you can change. And I think you should be matched. No, girl. What are you talking about? I was like, okay, honey, you really... Dr. Viviana is complicit in the BS of Hurricane K. She was. When I watched that Unfiltered, she was. And I'm just going to say this as well. Zach, he took responsibility for his part in it. He said, watching back, I feel like I could have done this differently. Also, he said that he was going to be the first one to move on if they didn't make it. Well, child, he wasn't lying. I said, not he said he going to be the first person to move on. Honey, oh no, ma'am. I only have one photo in my hand, and it's not Zach. Romel, goodbye. Child, I'm not about to play. Oh, wait a minute. I got to laugh a little hard at that. Child, that was hilarious. Romel, I'm not about to play with you today. Kenya K said, Gil is the type that asks for a strong woman, then gets intimidated by one. Happens every day. Isn't relationships about building? I'm aggravated with Mr. Frugal Fire Station at this point. Kenya, that's an excellent point. Kenya, I ain't seen you in the comments in a while. But you know what? That is a good point. He talks about what he wants, but he can't handle what he wants. Child, acting a fool. Zach needs to stop leaving the apartment. He knows that triggers her. Well, honey, at this point, he needs to leave the city. Okay. It's not even about the triggers anymore. No matter what a person does, it should not warrant that kind of response. She was tearing that place down. I understand you're upset. I understand. Trust me, I understand. But at the same time, he's gone. It's okay. Let him go, honey. You should be used to it by now. He leave every time you blink wrong. If you breathe too hard, he gone. If you look at him, he's leaving. Okay. If you say anything he don't like, he gonna leave. So you should be used to it by now. So you know what you say? You just flip the tables. You say, okay, you want to leave? Go. Show him a calmer side of you. Don't. This right here, I was wondering how this was going to unfold and what was the reason behind it. And at first I was like, you know what? Maybe Zach did something to her for real. So I'm going to just keep my opinions to myself until I see exactly what happens. But I rewatched it and I was wrong on my review. I said that Zach literally said, I'm leaving tonight. Then she said, go ahead and leave. That's not how it went. They were having a conversation, and she said to him, she talking, well, the issues were not resolved. Okay. So she gets in bed thinking that everything's all good because they danced the night away and they played a game. Things have not been resolved, girl. So she sits down. Zach does not want to get into it. It's time for slumber. Okay, that's how I am. I don't want to talk about serious issues. I'm not Johnny and Bow. I don't want to talk about nothing serious when I'm about to get ready to eat. I don't want to talk about nothing serious when I'm about to get ready to go to sleep. So he said, these conversations are not helping. Let's just move on. He didn't say let's move on from each other. He just said let's move on. I don't know what that meant. Then she goes, well, you can leave. So she was the first person to say, well, you can leave. And at first I thought he said, I'm going to leave. And then she co-signed and said, well, get on up and go on ahead, beat your feet. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. That's what I thought she said at first. But she actually told him to leave. So I'm like, why you mad? Because he leaving. Child, anywho. Sassy Brit 1, thank you for the super chat. When Zach made that Go Baby remix, I hollered. I did too. But let me tell you something. I was so distracted by the end of the episode that I couldn't even elaborate on it. I was drained after I watched this episode. She was giving very much Billy Goat's gruff while terrorizing the recreational. Not while terrorizing the recreational spaces. Child, she was tearing that foosball table up. Do y'all hear me? I said, oh, child, not the foosball table. And production, no, they wrong for that because they did speed her up. I said, now I know Michaela ain't walking through here that fast. Child, if that's the case, honey, she really does have a battery in her bag. Girl, goodbye. I'm exhausted with Zach and Michaela. I had opinions. Now I'm just confused about everything. Me too. But I'm not confused about the fact that he should have removed himself from the situation. I'm not confused about the fact that I don't feel like we should say, stay, stay, stay. No, it's unstable. It's triggering. It's toxic. It ain't right. I'm not going to say that he should stay in that. I'm not. And you know what? Somebody commented some very ignorant stuff down in my last live. Let me just get you together because I'm sure you're probably watching, but you're blocked. So you cannot comment. And if you are commenting, you comment into yourself because us over here on the opinionated side, we don't see it. But I want to say this to you. Somebody said to me in my comments, they said, I can't wait for this season to be over because you, what did they say? I'm obsessed with the black man and I'll let the black man do anything to hurt the black woman. Are you on some type of drugs, honey, or some type of dog food? Thank you, Jess, for the super chat. I'm gonna get to it in just a second. I do not idolize anyone. Okay, but G-O-D. Let's get that straight first. Number 2, I am not a group thinker. I think independently. I love that about me. I don't like thinking about what everybody else. I don't even like to do stuff that everybody else does. I don't like things that are the same. I don't like when people dress alike. I don't like when people talk alike, walk alike. I don't like none of that. I like to be me. I'm not changing my opinion on the fact that I think that Michaela and Zach are not meant to be. I'm not changing my opinion on the codependent dog. I'm not changing my opinion on the fact that I think Michaela is a volatile person. No man would want her. No man. Who you want tearing up some stuff and throwing your luggage back in? So your dumb ass gonna leave at 11 o'clock at night? Remember the spices? Remember when we did that to the spices? That is a nut. And I'm not changing it. So if you think I idolize somebody I've never met, okay? Somebody that doesn't know me from a can of paint, a person that has commented on every single Married at First Sight forum, Reddit, Instagram post, stories post, Zach and this cast, they are verbal. They are not like season 12. Season 12, they laid in the cut to make sure everything was all good. Then they came out and they was like, okay, we got something to say. But they never interacted with us like season 13 does. That ain't my fault. But I'm not going to change the fact that I don't think this man should be beat up by this woman and we should just sit back and act like this is okay. So, I mean, if that's worshiping the black man, then child, set yourself off. Girl, goodbye. Honey, don't ever comment no mess like that down in my comments. Okay? I'm very unbiased in my reviews. I'm actually making fun of everybody on the cast. So I don't know what you want from me. I'm not going to go along with the group and start sitting around saying, he's gaslighting her. I don't see that. Me personally, I don't see it. Now, everybody else might see something different, and that is okay. But don't come down in my comments talking about some, I love the black man. I'm making Michaela look crazy. Michaela makes herself look crazy. Her family has deemed her a hurricane. Do you know how much mess you got to tell? Do you know what kind of Tasmanian devil you have to be to run up around something for somebody to deem you a hurricane? Girl, goodbye, honey. Moving forward. Thank you so much, Jess, for the super chat. What if Gil is the type to suddenly change his partner into being submissive to him without them even knowing it's happening? Mira thought she was in charge, child. Jess, did you hear that part on my review when I said I hope he does not strip her of her personality? I said that. I said, because it seemed like he's trying to knock her down a peg or two. Like, what is happening? I do not see the gaslighting. I don't see it either. He doesn't know how to communicate. And quite frankly, he gets overwhelmed. I feel like he has anxiety. When things get too tough, he starts stuttering a little bit. I've noticed that. And I also noticed that he doesn't like conflict. That's why he's very, like, he asked for permission to leave the setting. Like even when they were arguing and she was like saying something to him, he said, "Can I go? Can I please just go?" And I'm like, "Why are you asking for her permission, baby? Get in the car and be on the I-10 by 10. Like, don't ask her nothing else. We're done with this. Okay? Honey, we're not going to stay here. We're going to leave." Even when they were having that conversation outside and she was swatting that fly or whatever it is she was doing and she was losing her mind. He was talking in riddles. He doesn't know how to articulate his thoughts properly. That's the problem. So, and this is another thing I wanted everybody to realize. When they get together, he says to her, "We just had this conversation." And she said, "Yeah, we did." She's letting us know that this is a conversation that the two of them just had. And they both agreed on what they're talking about. So how on earth is it that he's gaslighting her when he's just sat up here and said, "We just had a talk about this"? And she said, "Yeah, we did." But then she gets mad when he brings it up again. Like, girl, what is wrong with you? Like, this is crazy. The only thing that I will say that I don't like is the fact that he keeps asking her to sleep in that bed. Don't sleep with her. Don't sleep in no bed with her. Don't sleep near her. Don't sleep head to foot. Don't sleep on the floor. She sleep on the couch. Don't even sleep in the same place, honey. Go back to your apartment. Get with your Apple TV and your codependent dog. Don't go back over there no more, because that is sending her mixed signals. Now, I will say that you are sending her mixed signals because she thinks if you continue to stay in the shared apartment, then she has a chance. If there's no chance, then don't give her a chance. You can't live in fear in your own place. Well, she probably got your address, but that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. Child, it's crazy. Sasha said, "Michaela isn't self-aware. She's the only one who didn't catch that Zach was already mad at the dinner." Child, did y'all see how he was disgusted? When they played that back and he was looking at her, I said, I don't think he like her. He looking at her like, you really off. I hate it. Child, I hate to say it, but honey, he was looking at her like, "Okay, girl, I really could have had a V8. Child, I should have never did this experiment. I'm done." I mean, I have personal feelings about Kay. I mean, Ryan, but killing a dog? Nah. Wait a minute, what happened? Who killed a dog? Thank you, eLove173, for the super chat. Zach has said multiple times he battles anxiety. He doesn't like conflict. She's an abusive person, period. She's well aware of what she's doing. Yes. And then she comes back like nothing ever happened. And you know why? The reason why that bothers me so much and that triggers me so much is because I had an ex just like Michaela. If you listen to my story time, that's how he started out, just like this. And we would have a disagreement and then he would just go on about his business like nothing ever happened and come back and start talking to me like normal. I'm like, no, we just had a disagreement. And then when I didn't want the disagreement to not go unresolved, then all hell broke loose. And that's exactly what's being exhibited here. Like, you're getting mad because you're not getting the answers that you want. He's saying, "I don't want." How many times y'all gonna say to each other, "Y'all want to get a divorce? Please stop talking to each other." This is one of those cases where in a classroom setting, I would say, do not sit next to each other. You come sit by my desk. You, back in the back. Don't look at each other. Don't talk to each other. If you need to pass papers out, I will pass the paper out for you. Don't look at each other and don't talk to each other. Or everybody getting a 0. Child, it's one of them situations. I'm sick of it. Warren Tusker said, "Michaela needs a psychiatrist." I'm going to keep it up here for the people in the back. Like, what is crazy? That's crazy. Sunshine said, "When Zach doesn't get his way, he leaves. Make her apologize and give in to get his way." He does do that. You're absolutely right, Sunshine. I was wondering what he wanted an apology for. I'm like, what you want an apology for? Both of y'all did the same thing. You got on your thing and started speaking your speech, and she was like, "I want to sleep in separate bedrooms." That is best for you. If you're afraid of her popping off, if you're afraid of the way she behaves, sleep separately. What do you want to sleep with her for? She ain't that thick. I know you ain't cold, so what you doing with her? I can see you had a thick one, honey, but let her sleep in her separate room so y'all can start to detach from each other. But you instead of saying you want to sleep with her and she's saying no, then you get mad and you leave. You just as wrong as she is. Then she got back on her little diary cam and then she started talking. Then she one-upped him by moving completely. I'm like, y'all leave each other alone. Just please leave each other alone. Y'all, ooh, honey. Woo. This is crazy. That crazy sex must be the ish. Robin, look, I said that in my review, honey. I think it was review number 2. I said they're going to be fighting him. Fighting him. I knew it. Or as Dr. Pepper would say, erotic combustion. Child, it's a fool. Not the dog. Wait a minute. Who killed the dog? Wait a minute. What are we talking about? It's like Zach's issues are diminished because she acted a fool. He hasn't been an angel. He has not. He has not been an angel. You right, Kime? He ain't been no angel, honey. He's actually decided when and where he gonna talk to her and how he gonna talk to her, and that's wrong. You shouldn't leave and decide, okay, we're gonna have a text message and then we're gonna come back together and repeat the same stupidity over and over again. It's insanity at this point, okay? Because you're doing the same thing and expecting different results. If you've already stated to her that you don't want to be married or whatever, then don't interact with each other. Like, I would rather you do what Ryan and Brett are doing and sleep in 2 separate bedrooms until decision day. Like, come on. Zach's only sticking around for that crazy Hello Kitty. Child, according to him, they only had sex one time. I was trying to figure out what was going to be so fun about them sleeping in the bed. Child, I ain't had fun sleeping in the bed since I was young, and I had a sleepover with all my cousins. And I was like, oh my God, we're going to have so much fun tonight. Stay up all night and eat Oreos and watch TV and talk about boys. Honey, that's what's fun. Misha, why didn't someone call the police when Kayla closed the door and we heard Zach say stop? Valisa, please get into it. He said, now you're pushing me on the bed. I'm going to tell you like this. Okay, I'm going to tell you straight like this. The man that he could have been, he exhibited great restraint, if you ask me. Because some men, you get to pushing, and pushing leads to shoving, and then y'all in there fighting. Okay, it could have turned very bad very quickly. Like, I don't understand why when you hear, now you're pushing me on the bed, now you're doing this, now you're doing that. And where was everybody else? All y'all had as a line of defense was bow. Like, come on. Come on now. I mean, this ain't making no sense. But if the door would have been slammed shut and he would have pushed her on the bed, oh, the screen would have faded to black. And then we would have saw that, you know, that what they leave you at the end of an episode when there's been domestic violence. If you or someone you know has experienced domestic violence, call 1-800-STOP-HITTING-ME or whatever it is that they say at the end. But for him, it's like, okay, it's okay. She can push him down. She can hit him. It's fine. Montreal said, I don't think Bow was looking at Zach like that. I think their friendship developed after decision day. And you know, I'm still a little bit iffy on if I believe that it's really a relationship. Maybe they just bonded over the trauma of it all. Child, they were with 2 traumatic ex-people. I mean, if they said yes or if they said no. And you know what I was thinking too, y'all? I was thinking, what if this is all to throw us off? You know what I'm saying? Not the whole Michaela and Zach thing, but the whole Bow and Zach thing. Like, what if this is just a plot and a scheme that Todd came to set up with the bullshit? Like, what if it's that? Like, I don't know if it's for real. Thank you, Tay Tay, for the super chat. I love your channel, Misha. Thank you so much. Honestly, I'm not sure Bow and Zach are actually dating. They were filming dinner and in a lot of group settings. That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, I don't know if they're dating. I think they've become really close because she was kind of like the go-in-between when things were going on with Michaela and him. And I don't know. Okay, so I can't really speak on that, but I can't wait to see it unfold, honey. I can't wait to find out what the real is. I hope it's true because it's juicy. Oh my God. I thought the rumor was Zach and Michaela said yes on decision day. Oh no, child, honey. The rumor is that Bow and Zach are more than friends. They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. The backstabbers. And that's what they're saying. K.H. Harris said, I was afraid for Zach while he was getting his things together, but he kept talking about how she makes him feel the worst he's ever felt. That crazy stare she was giving him. Woo, child. I just wanted him to be quiet. And I wanted him to stop talking and just gather his things and quietly leave. And you know why? Because I've been in that situation before and I kept talking. And you make me feel terrible. And I hate it here. And boom, got knocked smooth clean out. And I'm not being funny. I'm letting you know that triggered me in that way, that I had anxiety. So I'm like, be quiet, Zach. Don't say nothing else. Just get your stuff and go. That wasn't cute. That wasn't entertaining. That's not funny. Nobody's trying to downplay the fact that Zach has issues as well. But in this moment, we got to talk about what we see. And this is what we see. The same thing we saw when she slammed down those wipes. Like, I just don't understand it, y'all. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one, honey. I stand alone over here on this island till we get to reunion. And then whatever happens from there, child, it happens. Zach was looking at her at the dinner table like she was going to jab him with that fork. Evie, he was looking at her like, oh, my God. I cannot wait till this is over. How much longer? Child, he can't wait. Hey, Waddles, thank you for the super chat. Did you catch up with Chris' last stint of his 15 minutes? Child had the nerve to say that we all knew Mercedes faked up. Waddles, I'm so happy you brought this up because I was not going to mention Chris and his hips. But let me just say this. Didn't I tell y'all? I told y'all. And somebody sent me a DM or whatever, and they showed me the post. And it was a lady. And I will never forget this because this is when I was first starting YouTube. And I was very nervous about the fact that I would say the wrong thing or I would offend someone because, I was just really straightforward on those reviews. And I remember saying that I don't believe that my chart paper, that ain't telling me nothing. I don't care nothing about what you're talking about. I don't believe the miscarriage. And a lady had commented, she's now blocked. And she commented and she said, oh, okay, so you have to be some type of idiot to think that a woman would fake a miscarriage. Like, what kind of woman are you? And something she went on. I said, girl, I don't care what kind of woman you think I am, quite frankly, because I'm telling you right now that this paper right here means absolutely nothing. I have not seen anything going forward that says that there was a miscarriage that happened. And then here come Chris talking about, I just didn't understand it. I didn't know. I mean, I didn't get to talk to her. I just walked in and she had already gotten the paperwork. She had already been discharged. Well, that's not what you told us. You told us, how could we be so insensitive? You made an entire Instagram post. I'm usually pretty private. And I just want to say, shut up, Chris. You lied, honey. She lied. That ex and you. Liars. Moving forward. Child ain't got time. Mercedes is saying she actually was pregnant and Chris is lying because he is mad at her currently. Nell, I saw that too. But then I went and looked at her receipts and I'm like, girl, you moving real fast, honey. I mean, let's see. Because, I mean, you could doctor up anything. Let me see what's going on. I need you to stop and pause so I can read it. Child, I don't trust it. Production is messy. Why did they call the experts? Because Michaela was clearly in crisis. She was. I am with you on that, liar. I feel like they should have called somebody in or even a Zoom call the next day. But it was like they let him leave. He left. And then the next day, then they were like, yeah, Michaela's sister came to get her and she's gone. But what I didn't appreciate is, this is what I didn't appreciate. The fact that she went into Bao's room and gave her a totally different story. He said he wanted to leave me tonight. That's not what happened, Michaela. That's not what happened. Y'all had a disagreement. You told him to go. He insisted that you ride back with him. He insisted. Hey, Maria. He said, no, I'm going to stay. I mean, we rode together. Because I think what's happening here is he's so afraid to say the wrong thing that he's saying the wrong thing because he doesn't want to make her look like the angry Black woman. He doesn't want that narrative to be painted and attached to him. And he also said on Unfiltered, he said, I had started to question my integrity and started to question who I was because I was trying to figure out, why am I causing this person to react to me this way? I've never had a person to react to me like this. And I was like, well, I really don't know, but it's something that's triggering her. Thank you so much for the super chat, Sunshine and Flowers. Hey, girl. Hey, just popping in to say thank you to the GOAT. Nah, it's goats all around, okay? Goats are married at first sight and goats up over here. Let me see what Kim's saying. Kim said another form of gaslighting, telling Michaela that I hate who I am with you, especially if he's supposed to be so scared of her. He wanted her to react. I think I don't know. I'm going to keep my opinion to myself because everybody's saying, I'm just trying to make excuses for Zach. I'm just putting myself in his shoes. And I know me, I'm going to let you know how I feel. You make me feel awful. Like my stomach turns every time I get with you. I'm always upset. I always feel down. I'm going to tell you those things, but that's just me and apparently him. But I just think that he's telling her these things because she needs to know. But then at the same time, don't try to lay in the bed with her 5 minutes later. If you're going to tell her that she makes you feel terrible, then she makes you feel terrible in the bed as well. You don't get to say when and where she makes you feel terrible. If she makes you feel like a bad person, get from around her. Yes, I said get from around her. Don't be around her, period. Like, that don't make no sense. Michaela be straight line. Maria, yes. Like she says things that she thinks sounds good. She's a talker now. You can tell she's a realtor, honey. She'll sell you those high ceilings and those deep closets and all this kind of stuff. I understand that. But girl, we got to walk it like you talk it. Walk it like you talk it. Shout out to the Migos. Like, I'm going to need you to be exactly who you're saying you are. Chris can't be outdone by Johnny. He's trying to reset the timer for another 15. Look, and Johnny was playing it cool. This episode, honey. Johnny said, I ain't saying nothing. I'm about to wear my little bitto shorts. I'm about to go on about my business. I don't like Bao. She don't like me. I don't want to sleep with her. She doesn't want to sleep with me. I'm counting down the days until decision day, and neither the two shall meet. Please leave me out of it. You in these chat streets. Romel is all over the place, ain't he? Hold on, let me go get some more comments. Hold on, y'all. I would run if I saw her at an open house. Oh, let me tell y'all a funny story time. It's funny. Okay, so I'm looking for a home here in Houston, right? And so I had went on realtor.com and I saw this beautiful home that I really liked. It had everything that I loved. And it was the judge that should be given. So I contacted the realtor. But realtor.com, it matches you with a realtor, right? And so they sent me over an email and said that they were going to match me with a realtor named Michaela. I said, oh my gosh, what if this is Michaela, honey? I'm going to have to change my voice. So, so I asked the person who sent me the email if they could please send me a business card with the picture. And it wasn't that Michaela. I was like, oh, child. Oh, honey, I wasn't going to be able to do it, child. I was going to lose my mind. I said, oh, now Michaela being my realtor, child. I'll show up at that open house like, hey, girl, hey, honey, and she'll tear that place down. She going to tear that place down. Mrs. Smith, thank you for the super chat. Bao better than me. After seeing that level of crazy, my room door would have been locked with a door jammed in front of it. Nah, no ma'am, honey. Absolutely no ma'am. Look, if I were Bao, I would have come out to try to diffuse the situation because that's the kind of person I am. I would have been like, okay, Michaela. I wouldn't have said anything to Zach. I would have said, Michaela, okay, let's just calm down. Girl, don't even worry about him. I would have made him look like the worst thing that ever did walk the face of this earth. Michaela, girl, he trash anyway, girl. Girl, gone. You don't need him. I would have tried to talk her down because, you know, she needed to be calmed down in that moment. She was so upset about him leaving that she saw red because she didn't expect for him to actually go. So I would have just tried to talk her down and see if maybe we could separate the two. But child, it wasn't working. Oh, child, it was a mess. Yes, I would have been like, don't even worry about him, girl. He ain't no good for nothing, child. Johnny is being insulting, denigrating Bao's character and worth as a woman. It's not gaslighting. It's just being a trash husband and seen. Absolutely. You take every opportunity to break her down. Okay, every opportunity. Just don't say anything about it. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. And I think the two of them mastered that this episode. And another person commented, and you were absolutely right. They told me that maybe Pastor Cal told Bao to just do surface level conversation so that, you know, they wouldn't have any more arguments or anything to save her from Johnny being negative and them moving on into decision day. And you were absolutely right. I wish I knew what your name was. I can't remember, but shout out to you, honey. You were right. Because the fact that Johnny and Bao had no issues the entire weekend, it just goes to show if they only say hi and bye to each other, they'll be perfectly fine. DeSosa said, is Kay abusive? Yes, 100%. And way before she met Zach. It doesn't mean Zach isn't triggering her. He is, and he likes it. You think he's triggering her? Let me think back. I don't know, because every time they get together, they don't do nothing but talk in circles. I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? Didn't y'all already discuss this? Why y'all discussing it again? Thank you, my beauty. Yes, please like and subscribe. It is 830 of you on this live. Please do not hesitate to like and subscribe, or thumbs down and subscribe, or subscribe some kind of way. Okay. Even if you just want to troll, honey, come on over to the Opinionated Family. We're going to convert you sooner or later. I think this is him being overwhelmed by emotions when he feels misunderstood or anxious. I guess y'all must be talking about him. Oh, but this is the thing too. And I do want to say this to Lifetime. I don't like living under your spotlight. I'm sorry, that just came to my mind. Shout out to Jennifer Hudson. But I want to say this to you, Lifetime. I do not like the way that you are so laser focused on Michaela always acting up, but y'all ain't said nothing about Jose. Y'all let Jose have that one little thing, and then after it was said and done and Rachel kept smiling and kissing him, then it was over. Don't do our people like that, okay? Because now it's not only a magnifying glass on Michaela, but it's Zach and Michaela as a couple. So, the black couple acting a fool again this season. I don't like that, okay? I said what I said, and I'm not changing that. Why aren't we focusing on Jose putting Rachel on the outside of a building that has several floors and her not being able to get back into where she sleeps? And we don't know where she went. Okay, we don't know if she had car keys. We don't know if she had to Uber somewhere. We don't know if she had money. Did she sleep on the floor, outside, in the hallway? Where did she sleep? She didn't sleep with the other couples. Why are we not talking about that more? That's something that's important. And we're just glossing right on over because Michaela turned over a table. I want to know, how do we feel about Jose? Like, why are we not talking about that? Thank you so much for the super chat, TL. Was Bao strategically in and out of certain scenes as a foreshadowing of the recent developments? I know they were focusing a lot on her coming and talking on their behalf. I'm like, what is happening? Abandonment is her trigger, but he is always leaving, definitely triggering her. Jose was the worst excuse for a man. And ain't nobody saying nothing about it. Nothing. It's like it never even happened. That was serious. He cussed her out. He told her, do you want me to throw this ring at you right now? Oh, hell, child. I almost cussed. Made sure that Zach had separate arrangements to be safe without needing to drive off into the middle of the night. They show how much they don't care about the cast. I wonder how late it was. I heard somebody say it was 11. I guess it's just me, honey, because I'm going to get in my car any time of night. When I need to escape, I'm gone. You ain't got to even worry about me. I'm going to leave. And there ain't nothing else that needs to be said. Zach is definitely a horrible communicator. Vernette said, who is stuck in his head, who would irritate the hell out of me. But Michaela is a walking tragedy, period. Both of them need to get separate, far, far away. He got issues, she got issues, and now we need medication. Johnny and Zach are similar. They say slick stuff and want sex. The women are what makes them different. Hurricane K explodes and Bao swallows her feelings. That's a good point. That's a really good point, Arlette. That is a great point. Was it? I had no idea it was written by the man who shall remain nameless. Honey, I don't get into who wrote the song. I just got into who sung the song. Child, don't be trying to make me seem like I'm supporting that mess over here, honey. No, ma'am. But thank you for letting the chat know. Sorry, Misha, that was part 2 of the message. Bottom line, production should have intervened much sooner. They should have. Somebody should have said something. The difference is Ryan threatened to throw something, but Hurricane K actually threw something. Oh, Jose. The difference is Jose threatened to throw something, but Hurricane K actually threw something. Yes, that too, but he still cussed his woman out and locked her outside. Like he locked her out, like locked her outside. I'm still pissed off at the shrimp, Jose. He put Rachel in harm's way. He did, Felicia. I mean, that's just the way I see it. Now, I know she forgave him, but I didn't. Ain't no way. It ain't no way I'm forgiving that mess. Rachel needs to be careful. I feel like she's easily overlooking Jose's abusive ways. She is. And I understand they're in that Mafs bubble, so it's hard to really see outside of that. But girl, you need to see that this could potentially happen again. And what threw me off is she was like, yeah, and when I look at everything that Zach and Michaela have gone through, I just look at you and I feel like I am loved. Are you loved? What? Girl, you had to sit down with him and coerce him into an apology. You said he sent you text messages saying he missed you, but not one said, I'm sorry. You said that it seems like he doesn't get exactly what he did wrong to you. And after sitting there for a while with his face frowned up and him having an attitude, he finally said, I'm sorry, to get you to drop it. Okay, girl, I guess kissing is equaling love, and I don't know what's happening. I think that production is milking it. They saw the ratings last season for Chris and Paige, so they decided to use the same formula, but flip it and make it an angry black woman and a timid black man. I think you are absolutely right. I think you are absolutely right. They saw it was ratings gold and they tried to recreate that. And that's what a lot of these shows are starting to do. That's even with Ready to Love. Now, all of a sudden, there's a formula. These people have the same professions, the same mannerisms, the same this and the same that. Please, can we get different characters? This is a reality show. Is this the reality that we all walk around here the exact same? I ain't think so. Warren Tusker said, the two big news rumors. Number one is Ryan may have poisoned Brett's dog. What? And number two, Jose and Johnny are rubbing their genitals together. Oh, no, ma'am. Oh, no, sir. Like, what? Oh, child. Honey. I didn't hear nothing about that. Child, I don't go on these forums or none of that because I don't want to see any spoilers. Oh, wait a minute. Let me compose myself, honey. Okay, wait, child. Oh, child. Oh, I need to get a refreshing beverage. Oh, child. Hold on 1 second. Maria said, these Rachel and Jose are trauma bonding over Zach and Michaela. Their drama is binding the couples to their own issues. It is. And even when Ryan saw what happened, because, you know, he was having a scene with Brett, I was like, Ryan, this is not a scene. Okay. This is you communicating with Brett. Honey, I know it's new, but this is communication and whatnot. Even when Ryan saw, which is so funny, I got to say something about that too. When he saw how Michaela and Zach got into it, he was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I'm still here. I'm still in it. I really want to talk about it. And, you know, I really want to try to see how things are going. She's still in it, so I still want to be in it. I'm like, okay, honey, you're making everybody realize that we just need to work things out. It could be worse. Okay, let's see. Jamesia said, I definitely believe Johnny and Jose are in the discreet sheets. I always thought Jose went both ways and he was always there to comfort Johnny. Child, I don't know nothing about it, honey. I don't even pay attention to Jose unless he Joseing. And I can't get past the thought of him putting his wife outside. So I can't see nothing past that. Crystal said, Ryan looks so scared. Michaela scared the out of him. She sure did, Crystal. She said, well, get in the car. He said, I am. She said, well, get in there. He said, I will. I don't know why that was so funny to me. When I tell y'all I rewound that part 3 times, because first of all, Ryan didn't move. I said, Ryan, if you're going to tell this lady you're about to get in the car, honey, you have not moved. Like you haven't moved. Child, you've been standing right here for the past 10 minutes. Child, that was funny to me. I said, baby, Ryan said, I'm going to go and didn't move at all. I said, oh, thank you for breaking this up, Ryan. Because, honey, my heart was beating so fast. I was like, child, gone. Ryan's eyes during that moment. Yes, he was looking like, oh my God, I hope she don't hit me upside the head. Child, he was completely spooked. Oh, look, Nicole said the same thing. Ryan was spooked. He was spooked. I said, oh my God, honey. Oh, child. That was hilarious to me. She said, you said you were going to go with him. So get in the fucking car. I am. Well, get in the car. I will. Oh my God. Oh my God. I will never forget that. Oh, child. Ryan was like, should I go? Should I? He was so scared. He didn't know he wasn't moving. I'm like, Ryan, honey, you haven't moved. Okay. Child, let's move our feet. Rachel said, so you did hear me. And he said, yes, that's a gift to keep on talking. And she can't get a word in. He sure did. I said, okay, so somebody doesn't have their listening ears on. Okay. Because she's talking to you and you're talking about if you want a big cat or a small cat or a house cat, or I don't know what you're talking about at this moment. But the bottom line is you need to be listening to what your wife is saying to you. Like, what? They wanted to keep Michaela away from that campfire. She would have burned that ranch down. I don't think she would have burnt the ranch down, but she would have pushed Ryan into that fire because he didn't get in that car. Now that's for sure, allegedly. Oh, child. When Ryan didn't move his feet, child, I hollered. I said, Ryan, you ain't moved yet. Oh, child, that was so good to me. Someone needed to show Ryan what a real absolute scene was. Okay, I said, that y'all calls it an absolute scene. They sitting so silent. I'm like, oh, honey, they couldn't been black people, honey. We'll show you a scene. I'm like, y'all know, this is not a scene. It was Ryan saying, what do you expect me to do? Throw myself in front of the car? For me. Angelic, me too. All of it. The scene was gold. Okay. And then when he left, Ryan, you know, because Ryan said he grew up 15 minutes away from Brenham. He a real country boy. I heard that country accent come out of him when Michaela went in the house. This is why he left right here. I said, oh, child. Child should have brought the country out of him. Oh, honey. That was hilarious. I don't like how she acted, but I don't like how Zach asks her dumb questions and then gets mad when the conversation goes left. He does ask her some questions that don't need to be asked. Leave her alone. Stop talking to her. You already said you don't like her. Leave her alone. But see, at some point, we got to put some blame on her too. Don't even sit down and have no conversation with him. Just don't say anything to him at all. Don't talk to him. If he says, you know, we really need to talk. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good at that. I'm not about to talk to you if I know we're going to end in an argument. I'm not going to talk to you. We need a mediator. Michaela left hand touched any and everything in her path. She looked a plumb fool. She was so upset. So upset, honey. I said, oh, child, this right here was the last straw. But then in the next episode, they're sitting together and she's like, I love him. I'm so tired, Lord. Truth is, I'm tired. I'm tired. Okay? Let me just explain something to y'all. I'm just going to let y'all in on a little inside scoop. I am so tired of season 13 that sometimes I contemplate just skipping a review. But then I know y'all going to be looking for me in the daytime with a flashlight like, Misha, what? Girl, what? We come this far. But sometimes I just want my Wednesday to myself without the foolishness. This ain't making no sense. Do you like each other or not? Okay. You love him. What are you talking about? Like, what are you saying? Okay. You don't love him. He doesn't even like you. Okay. I don't understand what you're saying. I don't get it. Miss Brown Sugar said, whoever commented that Brett should have told Ryan that's a scene had me rolling. That's why I said, if you think this is a scene, honey, I hate to feel. Okay, can you hear me better now? Can y'all hear me better? Put a yes in the chat if you can hear me a little better now. Somebody tell me if they can hear me. Okay, y'all can hear me better. Okay. Child, I don't know what was happening, honey. Even my mic wants to get done. It's done. It don't even want Mafs lives no more. It's like, okay, the mic is acting a fool. We're done. Child, even the mics have had enough. Oh, child. What makes women act like Michaela this way? As I am a man, I want to know why. I don't know. It's like somebody just keep on. To me, I feel like that was one of those things where it's like you just keep on playing with me. Okay. You're saying one thing and you're doing another. I'm about to get pissed. But then it's also one of those things where, sometimes women, child, I know I'm guilty. I ain't gonna lie and sit here like I'm perfect. Sometimes women will say things that we want child not to really do. Like we'll say, okay, well then get out then, but you better not go. Don't touch me, but please keep touching me. You need to lay in that room. I don't want you laying next to me. Please sneak into the bed while I'm sleeping, cuddle me. That's what we do sometimes. So, I mean, I just got to own it. Sometimes we say things that we don't really mean, but then you can't play those games with everybody because some people take it literally. And especially when they already don't even like you. Honey, that was just an excuse for him to leave. He was like, oh, you said, okay. Are you sure? You sure you want me to go? Okay, I'm leaving. Child, and that's what happened. She's past that, Misha. It's deeper than that. It is, honey, but I'm trying to give her a little rope, honey, because I don't want to. Child, I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say no more. I really don't. I really don't. I'm tired. I'm just tired, y'all. I'm really tired. Okay. I have taken on 17,000 shows and then some shows that I really want to review. I can't even fit them in because I'm tired. Mavs is 2 hours long. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills has a 4-part reunion. Why do we need to hear Erica live for 4 consecutive episodes? I don't understand it, allegedly. I want to have a live strictly for my Real Housewives fans. I could never figure out when to fit it in because people work, as do I, and I just don't really have the time for it. And on top of this, we like to come together and talk about the Mavs mess, but the Mavs mess is confusing me. Child, this is just, I don't know. I really don't. TT Max said, Zach checked out the first time she lost it. He is just playing with her now to get the cookies. Yeah, but people are, well, he said they only had sex once. I'm like, what is the truth? Michaela tell us in her stories. Baby, Michaela be spilling all that tea in them stories. Do y'all hear me? If Zach had slammed those wipes and cursed aggressively at every woman in America, would have said she should be done with him. EB, I feel like I wrote that comment. Like, I really do feel like I wrote that comment because that's exactly how I feel. I feel like we should have, I don't know, honey. I don't know. I don't know. Because I mean, I feel like if I say something and people gonna be like, well, why? Because Zach is doing this and Zach is doing that. Okay, Zach might be doing this and he might be doing that. But is he turning the place upside down and pushing her down on the bed and telling her to sleep? And yeah, you remember when I did this to you? You remember when I did that to you? So I don't know what to say anymore. I just don't. Misha, she screamed at him, go to sleep, call him a dumbass and pushed him down. That's next level crazy, Sean. That's exactly what I'm explaining right now. You're going to take this man's bag, throw it against the wall, and then ask him, yeah, you remember about me being petty? You remember when I took those spices? I'm like, oh, girl. Oh, honey. Woo, child, the ghetto. Honey, this is a fool. Big time double standards, all up and through. Zach was acting a fool too, though. Where? Nessa, how did he act a fool? Like, I just want an example. I'm being serious. I just want an example of when he was acting a fool, besides them sitting down, not knowing how to communicate with each other and talking in circles. I'm tired of all the men complaining about the women. All the men. None of them are major catches. Excelling one, thank you so much for the super chat. Yes, everybody's begging. And I've noticed that that's a formula on a lot of these shows, even on Ready to Love. The women are like trying to prove themselves and prove that they are worthy. Like, what? Like, what do y'all bring to the table? Like, please, give me a break. He made the comment, it's fun when we sleep in bed together. So yes, they're knocking each other down. She looked at him. She said, why? He said, it's fun. It'll be fun like it always is. I'm like, not that's cold for we about to have sex like we always do. Child, goodbye. And that's exactly what I said on my review. Every time you go on a honeymoon, not a honeymoon, on a vacation or something, then the man feels like it's time to get frisky. But then when we get back to reality, you don't want nothing to do with me. No, we're not going to play those games. Deborah said every cast member this season has some kind of unresolved trauma. They all needed to get their therapy before entering into a marriage. How do the experts not know this? They actually do know it. They don't care, really. I think this is just a show. He wanted to divorce her and then date her, even though he thinks being in a relationship with her is hard. Yeah, I did. I called him on that. I said, it don't make no sense. If you don't like her now, you're not going to like her later. And he did say on Unfiltered, that was what he said. He said, looking back, I realized that she was absolutely right in that moment. I made absolutely no sense saying I wanted to get a divorce and then date her. That doesn't make any sense because she's still going to be the same person. She is. And that's why I was like, what? You want to date? Child, you don't get divorced to date her. Even if the cameras go down, you two are still going to have the same personalities. Those don't mesh well. Leave each other alone. Michaela has been coddled and baby her whole life to the point where she bows to the point where she does not know how to compose her emotions. It's sad. And I hope after this experience, she actually does go to therapy. I hope so too. Because I really liked Michaela when she first stepped on the scene. And I do think that she has some good qualities to her when she first stepped on the scene. And I was like, okay, Michaela, I am here for you. The same with Johnny. But that's what I'm saying about this season. It's confusing me so because the people that I thought I wasn't going to like, I actually do like. And the people that I didn't think I was going to like, that I did think I was going to like, I actually don't like. So I'm just so confused. And then every week it's up and down. And now after looking at the unfiltered, I think Ryan and Brett may have a chance. I don't know if they're actually going to say yes on decision day, but I think they may turn it around. I don't know. I'm holding out a little bit of hope. Audacity to Hope said he should be done. That's not the issue. The issue is that he is dishonest, deceptive, and manipulative about it. He should have been gone. Okay, I'm just trying to think before I respond. The dishonest and deceptive part. On what end? Because both of them be lying. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. She lies when she gets in front of people. He lies and omits certain stuff when he gets in front of people. When he got on that Zoom call with his brothers, he didn't tell his part. He just said Michaela moved out. Well, Zach, let's also usher in the fact that you left first. You wanted to leave. You wanted to go to your apartment. So she decided, hey, you going to leave? I'm going to leave. If you don't want to sleep in separate beds, we'll sleep in separate homes, period. Okay, so he didn't say what it. When she got with her sister, she started lying. I'm starting to understand him. It's like sometimes I have to just leave him alone. This is what she said out of her mouth. Okay, then the next episode did the exact opposite. Yeah, I just have to leave him alone, and then I'll come back later and then we'll talk about it. That's what I've noticed about him. And then he'll come around and he'll tell me what's wrong. That's a lie, girl. The two of you have never had a conversation where he comes back around and y'all talk, or y'all come back around and work things out. That's crazy. The experts are instructed to make matches that will have drama. Drama equals ratings. Tanya, absolutely. Rebecca said the experts don't choose the couples. They just counsel whoever casting picks. Oh, that's a good point. The mind can't always tell the heart what to do. Excellent points. Excellent point. Clara said, yes, they all have serious attachment styles. None of them are ready for prime time. Glad Brett called Ryan out about sleeping in the same room. She sure did. I'm glad you're ushering me on into into Ryan and Brett. Oh, that would have been a good name, Brian. Oh, anywho, yeah, absolutely. Brett was like, no, you ain't about to lay with me. You said you didn't want to lay with me at home, and we're not going to lay together here. She was totally confused and totally taken aback. Not to mention the fact that when they were in the car and they were on the way to the retreat, he was telling her, I'm telling you with my actions that I don't want it. I'm telling you this. So, I don't feel like I should have to say all the things. And I'm like, okay, well, somebody needs to say all the things so that the two of you can say no on decision day. So I think in that moment, she was like, light bulb, honey, if you don't like me, if she basically hit him with a Fantasia. If you don't want me, then don't talk to me. Go ahead and free yourself. Like, you ain't got to talk to me, not no more. So did Ryan deny being on dating apps? I don't know, Kyra. We haven't gotten that far. That's next episode. I can't wait to see if he actually says, yeah, I'm on a dating app, or that's old, or I can't wait to hear the explanation. You could tell this isn't the first time she called her sister like that. Zach was like, Sharifa, or the other one. Oh, he sure did say that. And I don't think you should drag your siblings or your parents or anybody into your marital mess. I used to do that when I got married the first time. I would call my mama and I would be upset. And then I would go right back like nothing's happened. And then my family would be pissed. And they would be like, okay, well, I don't like him. And I'm like, but I love him. Well, crazy, you shouldn't have called her when you were upset. Let these people out of this mess. Brett finally told him off because she couldn't escape anywhere. If they were at the apartment, she would be gone to the wee hours. Oh, yeah. Did you hear that, Janine? He said she was gone to like 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, oh, now she been out all night. Where are you till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning? Let's get into that. Yes, Brett's friends told her about Ryan and the dating app. And I want to know. I want to know exactly what this dating app business is all about. I don't know if it's true or not. Michaela snatched that phone back. Woo, she don't play. She sure did. She said, why would I want to ride back with you? I never said that. I'm like, okay. Okay, y'all. Let me go get a always Coca-Cola. I don't have time for this. I really don't have time for this. It's a pattern of hers. Then when she started yelling at him, I heard her sister screaming at her to stop. Child, a mess. Oh, you must be talking about Michaela. I think Michaela's a low-key stalker off camera in everyday life. Her behavior of trying to hold Zach back from leaving looked stalkerish to me. I don't see her as a stalker. I feel like, I mean, finally, when you go on about your business, you just go. I don't know if I would take her that far. Now, I do feel like she gonna call and play on your phone. She gonna look at your Instagram and she gonna do what needs to be done. But I don't know if she gonna stalk him. I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if she gonna take it that far. Ryan ain't got no depth. He's as deep as a puddle. He really tried to convince Brett that it wasn't necessary for him to say how he feels. Sir, didn't the expert tell you communication is the key? Dr. Pepper literally told him that he needs to start trying. She said, explain to me exactly when you tried. Because honey, y'all know Master P don't play. Okay. And she was trying to get it out of him like, what exactly did you do? Oh, okay, nothing. Okay, exactly what we suspected because we've been watching you and we haven't seen anything. But then he said he was going to go back and try. And then he said, I don't feel like I have to say all the things. I'm like, Ryan, what are you talking about now? You definitely have to say all the things. Like, boy, if you don't pipe up. They said Michaela posted on her story she has no words about the man and that girl. She's happy and waiting to get her marriage annulled. Oh, yeah, she was saying all kinds of things on that live. Oh, my God, y'all. Hold on a second. I just reached a milestone. I don't know if y'all are just stopping by. I don't know what's happening, but there are 920 of you on this live. This is the most people that I've ever had on a live. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Join us in the chat and all that jazz. Does somebody want to come up here and tell me what they got to say? Let me share with y'all. Hold on. I'm going to invite y'all to join me and talk to me. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. This is the link in case anybody wants to join me so we can talk about it. Okay. Let's get into it if we're going to get into it. Thank you all so much, honey. I never expected that over 900 people would want to hear anything I got to say, child. But I really appreciate y'all. I really do. Hold up. Michaela's exes left Texas? Yes, they did. She said both of them left. Both of them moved. I said, what is happening? Oh, no, ma'am. Honey, okay, wait, hold on. Let me pin the link. What do you think about Bao listening every time? I think that I was a bit confused because I was like, girl, back on up, honey. Back on up. Okay, I see I got some people that want to come up and speak their speech. Hold on just 1 second. Let me get my other mic, honey, so we can get into it. Okay, can y'all hear me? Let's see. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me or not. I don't hear anything. Okay. Okay, y'all can hear me. Okay, here we go. Let's get into it. Let me invite some people onto this stream so we can talk about it. Here we go. Hey, Nicole.
Hey, Misha. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl. Let's get into it. Okay, so what do you feel about this whole debacle?
Girl, I had to watch it twice, 3 times, 4 times over. Okay. To try to understand how the math is not mathing.
It doesn't make any sense.
First of all, divorce, remarry, divorce date, no sense. They should not have done it. Therapy before, after, during, needed 1,001%. And maybe they shouldn't be on the unmatchables because this is a hot mess. Brett and Ryan, really, dude? I don't want to smash your home. I want to smash you on the trip.
Exactly. That's what I got
What
from that.
sense? What sense? One sense. The reason Jose and Rachel are not going toe to toe on this, or they're not going toe to toe, because people are like still not happy with Jose. It's because Rachel's making it look like it's okay, but she need to put her big girl drawers on constantly and keep her foot on his neck. Stop talking, Jose. Stop
I
talking.
totally agree with that. I
Stop
totally
talking.
agree with that because she makes it seem like, oh, well, we're in La La Land. Everything's fine. So there's no need to talk about what Jose is doing because it's being overshadowed by Rachel's acceptance. So I totally agree with what you're saying.
Exactly. And eventually that if they do not have therapy, it's going to come up again. He is going to have to admit it. But this is what's going to happen. He will have to admit that he locked her out on purpose. And then she's either going to say, I accept your apology, we'll move forward, or I do not accept your apology and we're going to have issues. And they can't be in a marriage, they're going to have constantly have issues. Bottom line. Bottom line.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Let me hear what Shaw, what's up?
What's going on, Misha?
Hey, it is so nice to have you join me. So what
Oh,
you got to say about the
come
man?
on. Don't threaten me with a good time. As soon as I saw that link, I'm like, I'm getting on. This is a mess. So yeah,
It's a
I think
fool.
it's I've never seen nothing so ridiculous. First of all, I'm sorry. I gotta speak up for the men. Ain't no way Zach is gaslighting that crazy lady. All right. Confused, bad communicator, all of the above, 100%. But can nobody ignite something that's already ignited? So, I definitely think that she just needs to go and get some serious healing. Did you hear on Unfiltered when they said that she missed one of the meetings with the family because she had a mental breakdown? You know what I mean? So I think
Yes,
we
I
just got to
definitely
stop
heard
making
that.
excuses. And Dr. Viv was sitting
Oh,
right there. She was like, so, Zach, tell us why? Why didn't Michaela miss the meeting? He said, because she had a mental breakdown. Okay, she should not be on the show.
she should not. I thought she was gonna be good, and she is not good at
No.
all.
And then in
I
her
thought
stories,
they was gonna be perfect, but not at all.
nope. Comparing herself, she's like Malcolm X had to be Malcolm Little first.
Hmm.
Is that
No,
delusions of grandeur or
unacceptable.
what?
Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Right,
So,
right.
but I'm definitely glad. I know we were talking about Brett and Ryan. I'm so glad
Hmm.
she finally called him out. She found her voice finally. She must be
Amen.
watching. She must be watching your lives because she definitely spoke her speech because she
I'm
told
speaking
him,
directly
listen,
to
this is
you,
not.
Brett.
Yeah, come on, say what you mean and mean what you say. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Exactly. I totally understand. Okay, so it's a few other people that are waiting in the wings. So, Sweet Jasmine, what do you got to say, girl? Because this is a
Well,
fool.
what
Okay.
what I got to say is, did you hear that Bao and Zach are supposed to be dating?
Oh yeah, I heard
Mm-hmm.
that. I
Yes,
was
and
like,
I
look
was
at her
like,
getting all the intake she can get.
yes, ma'am. I be looking at everything so I can alert and let you know that that's crazy. I would have never thought that they would have been together at all. But and I
I
don't
would have
like
never
Brett
thought that
or
either.
Ryan. I don't like Brett or Ryan. They both confuse people to me.
See, I
And
actually
Johnny,
like Ryan. I do. I
but
like Ryan. Now, I feel like the two of them need to actually talk to each other because they talking to us
mhm,
a lot, but I don't see them talk to each other.
right, right. And then Johnny, I believe Johnny is a low key drunk too. Cause I said,
Amen.
ooh. He
Amen.
be mad. And I said, ooh. And I hate to misgender people, talk about people's nationalities. I said, but some of them be crazy. He make me scared because I'm like, ooh, he look like he finna sneak this and cut her.
Oh, I don't know what he about to do. I'm so up and down. I'm so confused with this season. I don't know up from down. I'm just reviewing it, making a joke, smiling, and going to sleep, child. I'm so confused.
Yeah. And
I'm so confused.
I always say if I miss an episode, they gonna be talking crazy the next episode for me to catch up. Cause I ain't missing much.
Not at all. Thank y'all so much. I need to let some more people on here. It's like maybe 6 or 7 more people waiting. Thank y'all so much for giving me y'all's input.
You
And
Thank
are
you,
I
Misha.
appreciate
Love
always
you,
y'all. See
girl.
welcome.
y'all
Appreciate
later.
you.
Thank you. Bye, Miss
Thank you.
Misha.
Until
Take
another
care.
Bye,
time,
y'all.
girl.
Bye bye.
All right, bye bye.
What's that, mommy?
Hey, EB.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, wow.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, Misha.
Hey, Misha.
Hey, Nisha. Hey, Valisa. Am I pronouncing
Hi,
that right when I say Valisa?
Belisa.
Okay, Valisa. Okay, so what y'all got to child? Please, honey, somebody help me. Child, I had to call for
Ooh,
reinforcements.
can I start? Okay, so what I gotta say, I gotta agree with you, Misha. I honestly believe that nobody's gaslighting Michaela. She's not
I don't
being
think they are
gaslit.
either.
I honestly believe that. I think she's a little off. I do feel like Zach hasn't made up his mind or if he like necessarily wants to leave or stay. I think he wants the sexual perks, like I've said in like a million comments. I don't think he wants the marriage. I think he's scared as well. So he's not sure if, like, by saying, okay, well, let's get divorced and see if we could still date. He doesn't really want to date. I think he just wants to lay with her. But he doesn't know how to say that because she might pop off any minute. We all know that. But I honestly believe Michaela's going to act like that, whether she's with Bob or Billy. So
Thank
that's just
you.
who she is, in my opinion.
I actually just have two comments. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk over anybody.
Oh, no. I'm done. I'm done.
No, I just wanted to say that I think that Zach and Michaela had an agreement that Michaela is not happy about the fact that Zach wants out, and that every time they get on camera, she decides to bring things up that they've already decided so that she can have an argument and launch into some crazy production dip
Ooh.
foolishness. And the other thing that I wanted to say is about Ryan. Ryan is delusional. Ryan thinks that because these Insta models got him out here paying their visa bills, that means they're in love with him and that he's one hell of a guy. He is delusional. I do like Ryan, but Ryan really believes that Brett is not good enough, and that's some foolishness. That's it. That's all I got to say.
Look, EB said, that's it, that's all. I know that's right, girl. Wait a minute. Ryan said, I've only had IG a year. What are we talking about? Hey, Ryan. Ryan, where you been? I told you to DM me so I can know how to go get this hamburger and them tater tots. That's what I'm concerned about, child. Where is the food, honey? Where is the food? Because, child, I can't get nothing else right, so I might as well go give me something to eat, honey. Okay, so Okay, so anybody else want to say something? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just trying to get the plug on the tater tots, but I'm good.
Well, for me, Misha, I had high hopes for Johnny and Bao at the beginning. I just knew that it was gonna just be a hit, and just to see Johnny, it's a whole different person, a whole different person. In this whole episode of Mafs, it seems like we're dealing with all kinds of abuse. You know, we're dealing with verbal abuse, emotional abuse, and I believe that if the cameras were not around, it would be some physical abuse. And just to know that it's allowed and know there's no real help for the people, as far as the experts, as far as when things are getting out of hand, you're not removing people out of a bad situation and putting them up in another room or a hotel or something, and just allowing all of this abuse to just go on without any counsel, without any help, you know, is a bad look. And I just wish, I hope that they do better.
I do too, because because these are people's real lives. I know we watch it for entertainment, and I actually watch it because I'm very closed off to relationships right now. I don't want nothing to do with it, honey. And this is making it even worse. But we watch this show because we genuinely want to see people get married at first sight and love on each other.
Absolutely.
And I think they are getting away from that. If we wanted that other stuff, we would go to VH1. We would hang out on MTV.
Absolutely.
We are on Lifetime, okay? We want love stories. Like, I don't think they understand that. And another thing that I wanted to point out as well, that takes me back with the whole thing about Zach. He's saying that this is like mentally breaking him down. So him and Bao are experiencing the same thing as far as with their partners, as well as, we could even throw Brett in there if you want to, because we don't know what she's really dealing with, because she doesn't communicate too much. But the whole thing is, I can't even get joy anymore out of reviewing it, because this is innocent people, and I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want people thinking that I'm making fun of abuse because I've gone through domestic violence. So when he said, oh, you're pushing me down on the bed now, I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. Yeah. Like, I feel like, really, I understand that Married at First Sight is like my biggest review. People come because they know I'm going to make fun of them and laugh and sing and dance. Child, I do all that. But I don't even want to watch anymore. Like, I'm like, okay, this is my last season.
Exploitation is not funny. That's
why.
It's not. And I'm like, this is some borderline abusive bullcrap. This is crazy.
Absolutely.
Yes. And I'm with you, Misha. I was like, this is my last time watching.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I'm like this. Yeah, I'm like, I'll just jump on over there to the Bachelorette, child, and hang out with them, honey. I ain't got time for people to be pushing each other down and tearing up the recreational spaces. Girl, if you don't leave that foosball table alone. That table like this. Child had Ryan scared as hell. Ryan, where are you? I need you to come defend yourself against not moving your feet when Michaela told you to get in that car. That's what I really need to hear. Okay? Michaela told that
you laugh.
Baby, it's a fool. She told Ryan, well, get in the freaking car then. I will. Well, go and get in the car. I am. Child, when I tell y'all I holler so loud. Oh my God. I said that was good to me.
He was confused.
Baby, that was everything.
If Ryan is still here, I wonder how much we didn't see, how much was cut out. Because it seemed like we missed something.
Yeah.
It was like a gap.
Yeah, because the next day when Ryan explained it, he said that it was hours of arguing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, what happened in between? Because it looked as though Zach got his things and he started to go out, and he spoke to them and said, hey, I'm leaving. And they tried to talk him out of it. And then Michaela came out to try to stop him. and then he tried to tell her, look, I can't go, and then he left. But it's a big, huge chunk that's missing. Okay, Ryan said a lot is missing.
A lot is missing.
Okay.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm just hoping that when they walk away from this, all jokes aside, when they walk away from this, that they walk away from it more enlightened and more aware of what's going on with them. Because you know what I'm saying? I mean, this was an experiment or an experience that was supposed to bring you a person you're going to spend forever with. But child, with the people just agreeing with abuse, like Dr. Vivian was acting like it was nothing.
Oh my God.
So, and Jamie's like, well, maybe she can change. Girl, okay, if she gonna change, let her change outside of this marriage. This is ridiculous.
Well, for all the people who kept saying, why aren't we upset about Jose? I was done with Jose when he said, F you, get the F out. I was done with him then. So I'm like, why are we even dealing with him? Why is he not fired? That was just,
especially threatening to throw something in her face.
Yeah, it was completely ridiculous and over the top. And I'm like, at some point, Lifetime, you have to hold yourself accountable.
Yes.
This is not entertaining to watch this type of abuse.
Yes.
And it's also not funny to watch Michaela have such a breakdown.
No,
I because I felt for her when she slammed that door. I'm like, oh baby, she is hurting. She did not want that man to leave. Okay, and it just made me think about how she might be feeling on the inside. And what Bao said was absolutely correct. She said, they're both hurting, they're both sad, and I think everybody wants to say, okay, well, either you're on her side or you're on his side. I'm on the side of I'm sick of this.
Right.
Yeah.
But thank y'all so much. I got some other people waiting to come up here and speak their speech.
Thank y'all. Misha. Thank you, Misha.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all. Bye up in there.
Hi, Misha.
Hey, y'all.
Hi, Miss Misha.
Hey, Evoking Emotions.
Hi.
Hey, Candy with Glee.
Hey, Misha.
Hey, Christina. Okay, wait a minute. Let me make sure I spoke to everybody. Hey, TJ.
Hi.
Okay, so child, what y'all got to say about this mess? Hold on, let me add Angel because she's the last one that's waiting.
Oh.
Okay, so the gang's all here.
Get it up. Hey, y'all.
Hey, my opinionated people. Child, y'all tell me how y'all feel about this mess.
It is going crazy.
Well, I can't hear anybody.
It's black exploitation at its finest.
I can't hear anybody else.
I'm here.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
TJ
I can hear
is here.
you, but I can't hear anybody else. I don't know.
Okay, so who wants to start? I can hear everybody.
I'll go ahead and
okay.
start.
Maybe it's just my phone.
Okay, go right ahead.
I think they're really dropping the ball with who they're even picking to be on this show, because they need to seriously do some background checking on their relationship history. Because for one, both Michaela and Zach said they haven't been in relationships for real, or at least not for any length of time. And then, did we hear anything about Johnny's relationship history? Has he been in a relationship for real?
I think he said he went on 1,000 first dates or something like that.
So basically, no relationship history.
No. I'm getting a little bit of feedback. So everybody that's not speaking, can you put your phone or your mic on mute? Okay, thank you so much. No, he hasn't been in any relationships either.
Yeah, because it's got to be something, because if they haven't even had like a healthy relationship just in dating, what in the world makes them think that they would be ready for marriage?
I have absolutely no idea. And it makes me almost wonder if they were recruited. Some of these shows, a lot of people are not applying for them. They're scouting you through your DMs. And, they go through the city and they see whose DMs looks like it's whose Instagram looks like it's popping. And they approach you. Hey, would you like to be a part of this show?
And I know it's a lot of people that have gone through that experience. So I'm wondering if that's what's happening.
Probably. And it's almost kind of like, just to slightly bring in Ready to Love in, like with Carrington, him, when he was asked about if he ever cheated, he said like, well, I've never had a girlfriend, so technically I can't have cheated. Well, again, that's like no relationship history. So what makes you think you're ready for a show like that if you haven't even actually had a girlfriend or a healthy relationship, period?
Absolutely, makes absolutely no sense. Ryan, thank you so much for the super chat. And also, he said, because we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Also, Precious, thank you so much for the super chat. Hold on, it left me. She was speaking as a psychologist. Hold on, I want to get her opinion on this. Hold on 1 second. Let me get it. She said that Michaela's ego stops her from saying she's hurt and she lashes out. As a psychologist, I don't understand what these evaluations are doing. Absolutely nothing. What is your favorite color? What food do you eat on Sunday? Are your shoes 2 sizes too big? Like, they're just asking any old thing. Child, it's really not doing much of anything. And I think you are absolutely right about saying she's hurt and she's lashing out. I can see that. I definitely can see that. Thank you, Precious. Okay, go ahead, y'all.
I personally think that after last season, when they got all those ratings from the Paige and Chris drama, they decided to put totally opposites together. I see nothing or any way, shape, or form why Zach and Michaela were matched. I know they say opposites attract, but they definitely didn't match with those two. And Johnny, for some reason, seemed to think he's God's gift to women. If he was such a gift, he wouldn't be 35 and single, on Married at First Sight.
He sure wouldn't. And he also wouldn't be wearing them big toe shorts he like the way everywhere he go.
Shorts are hysterical. And his blue shirt.
I'm like, what in the world? What is going on, honey? So you think you would catch and you talking down on Bow? This is crazy.
Exactly.
Like, child, get out of here. This is a fool. Anywho.
And another thing, I'm sorry, Misha.
No, go ahead.
Mirla's not my cup of tea. I've been in education for years, and Mirla has a superiority complex. Well, I've been to workshops where the administrators who are no longer being principals or counselors, they start teaching and the new teachers. And Mirla has that superiority complex that you must listen to me. What I say goes. And what she needs to do is get some Pantene for that oily hair. She's got the worst hair on TV.
I like Mirla. I don't think she has a superiority complex. I think she just is spoiled. Okay, Mirla been by herself so long, honey. She like, look, if I want these red bottoms, I'm gonna buy these red bottoms. I want these purrs, I'm gonna buy these purrs. And like I told y'all, I was looking at the pictures of her from years past, and I think she's actually a nice woman. It's just these narratives they got going on. Lifetime had to paint something for us to watch, because after coming from season 12, it's only so much that they could really give. Like,
so they need
don't get me wrong. Now that hair needs to be some dry shampoo or something needs to be done up and through. But other than that,
especially you fussing at the stylist on wedding day, and your hair has looked the same in every episode.
Yeah, Mirla ain't gonna do nothing to that head, honey. Mirla ain't gonna do nothing to that head, and she gonna wear her flannel pajamas if she don't do nothing else. But I actually do think that Mirla is a nice lady. I think that she's just misunderstood. And I really think the reason why I think this is because if you've noticed, she doesn't say anything bad about her husband. She never speaks bad about Gil. I've never heard her say she's enamored with him, even though she didn't want a man with a bald head. I think that it's because out the gate, they was telling us, oh, okay, well, Mirla, she likes fancy things and fancy cars, and she's high maintenance. So now that's all we can see. Because, some people are still asking if I'll take a bath at night, honey. So, you just never can be too sure.
It seems like she doesn't like having fun. You know, I have a friend who's just like her. Okay, she'll go to a concert and everybody's up dancing and everything, and she'll be sitting there with her hand on her face. I said, "Well, you could have stayed home. We could have gave your ticket to somebody else." And you know, just like at the bachelorette party, oh, this is not what I do, and I don't want to be kissed. And I'm saying, sweetheart, you are on Married at First Sight, looking for a husband. If you have much of a catch, I'm sorry, Misha, go ahead.
She said she had to warm up to the process. You know, some people are just introverted. They just want to keep it to themselves until they can give the zhuzh that needs to be given. And I feel like now she's doing it all up and through, but we can't see it because we got to figure out if Michaela gonna turn the cameras over, and we got to figure out if Jose gonna like everybody out the retreat. Honey, it's so much we got to figure out. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think it's so much that she doesn't like to have fun. It's just with her being an introvert, what she considers fun just might be different from everybody else, because half the cast has that really outgoing, bubbly personality that is good for the cameras. She's just more low key.
That's true. Shao said, "What I do like about Mirla is she minds her business." She definitely does mind her business. That's the truth. Let me take some of these comments. I'm an introvert like Mirla. I don't like being around people like that. I'm an introvert too. It might not seem like that, but I'm not to the point where I'm like, okay, I don't like this or I don't like that. But I will like regress when I get with a group of people for too long. I'm like, all right, now I done had enough, child. I done all I can do. I'm ready to go right now. And I gotta go. I can't take too much. So I understand part of that. Okay, let me hear up and get to the other commenters so they can speak. Okay, what did y'all want to say? Go ahead, Angel.
Oh, hey everybody. I just was being shady. I said Gil mind everybody business enough for him and Mirla, so she ain't got to do much. But I had said in the comments and on the on another platform, like I feel like Michaela's family ought to be ashamed of themselves for letting her loose on Zach. And I'm sorry, people may or may not agree, but I'm like, you getting up, giving that speech, talking about we call her Hurricane K like it's a joke, knowing full well that she low-key crazy. And I'm sorry. It's terrible to say it like that, but like, come on. And, you know, people are like, well, you know, the cameras or production or whatever are making her look worse. But I'm like, no, they ain't tell her to go in there and flip that bench over. Like, they're not telling her to do it. Like, they didn't tell her to slam them wipes and stuff on the table. Like, this is her. Like Jack said, this is fundamentally her. And I think that her family, like, kind of downplaying it or, like, making a joke of her temperament to him. Like, I think that's messed up. I feel like they should, you know.
Yeah, I totally agree too. And also the fact that when they had gave her the pettiest award or whatever it was, when Gil said she would be the pettiest, she actually wore it like a badge of honor. Yeah, because I had it placed up. I do this, I take that. You think you gonna wear your shoes to work? I got your laces and all that. That wasn't cute. You know, I understand that, you know, I think she's getting confused when it comes to like the power of it all. Okay. And I'm like, girl, that doesn't make you powerful because you're gonna take this man's shoelaces and he's unable to go to work. Like, that don't make no sense. So
right.
I'm like, I know she thinks
it's stop him from going to work no way. Like, who does that? He need to be able to pay some bills. But I like, honestly though, like the fact that, you know, they made a joke out of it, and like, she need help. I should not, as a quote unquote clinician, I shouldn't be calling her I shouldn't use the word crazy, but like, the elevator don't go all the way to the top. Something wrong.
I totally agree.
Legit wrong, and like, it ain't right that they knew this was going to happen. They knew. They were like hoping for the best but expecting the worst. And it's just unfortunate that Zach, you know, had to deal with that. Like the way he was side-eyeing her at that dinner table.
Oh, child. When he was looking at her, I said, oh,
that was
child,
an evil eye for real.
He was all the way checked out. All the way.
It was almost like that look. Like, say one more thing. Say one more thing.
Oh
This
my
behavior,
God. That was
this behavior
hilarious.
didn't just start. She just didn't start having these tantrums. I wonder if she had these tantrums as a child.
She
Oh,
had
Being that
Lord.
she was the youngest,
yeah.
they just let her get away with it because she was the youngest, and the youngest is always the most spoiled. But if she did that as a child, she should have been evaluated as a child. I would love to know how she acted when she went to school.
Yeah, she
Kind of
was
remind
getting
me
Because
of
better
Tamar
pay in
Braxton.
the last year. Like
right,
she been
you
ahead
didn't
at
get to
her
30.
now. Yeah.
Right. You didn't get to 30 and just start doing that. You've been doing this since you were 2, if not younger than that.
Yeah.
Had you been my child the first time you knocked something down, that's your ass. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss.
Child, not
I'm
be that
sorry, Miss.
first side, child. Listen, my
That's
son
right.
had the
Never
little.
did it again.
My son had had a little attitude, honey. I went on ahead and I ain't beat him or whatnot, but I did put him in some therapy to try to make sure he learned how to regulate his emotions. And
Mhm.
that's the thing. She does not know how to regulate her emotions. Her reactions are huge for a small problem. So she needs to learn how to get herself together as far as the problem and the emotion are concerned. If she can get those to level out, she could be actually all right. But
Yeah.
it's like you tell her the sky is blue and she thinks that it's red. And if you say it's blue one more time, I'm going to tear everything up. That's how she does.
Like, I'm not
So, she just really needs to get herself together. But Christina, what did you have to say about it?
Child, I just think this season is a whole mess. Like going from Zach and Michaela and watching Zach on Unfiltered to me was like he was so to me distraught by like what he saw because I didn't realize he didn't see how Michaela acted. Like he didn't see her flipping the bench and all of that other stuff, which to me triggered me because I'm like, they should make her pay for that stuff, to be quite honest. But the fact that he hadn't seen that, and then on Unfiltered, how much Dr. Viviana was just irritating me and like not really giving them advice, but giving them like advice, but kind of taking up for the other person. It was just too much going back and forth. And I just feel like they really did a disservice to kind of both Zach and Michaela because they're making Michaela, the angry Black woman. They've been talking about Lifetime's been wanting that for a long time. And to me, she gave them exactly what they wanted. And then, putting Zach in that type of predicament where you have to literally pack your clothes and then she pulling my suitcase back in. Any other guy to me would have gotten somewhat physical or maybe would have pushed her or said something to her. But I commend Zach for being as like calm as he was because I kind of don't know if I would have been as calm as that. Like somebody constantly in your face like that, like that's a trigger for anybody. So
You are absolutely right, Christina, because I felt the exact same way. I said, oh, my heart was beating so fast because you don't know what somebody's final straw is. And when she pulled that suitcase back and threw it in that room and said,
right.
you can get your dumb ass out at 11 o'clock at night, I said, oh, that boy got some restraint. Because I'm telling you, some of these men that I know would have completely gone left. So the fact that he was able to keep himself together, I was like, oh, child, honey, I don't know how he can do it. Child, but I think that was the best course of action to just leave completely. Because if
Yeah.
it's going that far, then that's what needs to happen. But I appreciate y'all so much for actually giving me y'all's input. I think there's like 2 other people that wanted to say something. So they want to get into it if they get into it, y'all. So I will talk to y'all in the chat.
Thanks, Misha.
Thank you,
Love you.
Misha. Bye. Love you.
Bye. Okay, did I get everybody?
Hey.
Hey, Candy with Glee. Hey, yep, that's D.
I just had a few points to make. This is Yep, that's D. First, shout out to Texas in my Misha voice. Anyway, yeah, I agree. I agree with a lot of the points that most of the people were making. I do like. I don't see Zach gaslighting, but I see like some of the things that he says that will kind of make you like
Hi,
get
Misha.
attitude with him. Some things like that will kind of make you get an attitude with him. Uh-oh, can y'all hear me? Hello?
I don't know. Did I get lost?
Okay, wait a minute. Let me see. Okay, who was speaking? Yep, that's D, right?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, I see like some of the things that Zach says that could make you like get upset with him to like give him an attitude. But Michaela, she definitely took it all the way left, which was not cute. It was not funny. It's not even entertaining for us to watch it on TV. Like that's not something that we should be seeing her do. I also think that, like you were kind of saying, the black couples get a lot of the energy, a lot of the discussions, but Johnny, it's something wrong with Johnny. Johnny gives you like that really, really crazy serial killer vibe, like just the way he looks, and then it's like he just can't. He starts shaking and he can't breathe right. It's really, really scary. And I don't think people put that much attention on him because they're worried about Michaela and Zach. And then lastly, I definitely, I think production made us feel a way about Mirla to start with, but I don't think Mirla is really that bad as they try to make her seem. I think Gil does kind of like pick. Like somebody said I was crazy for saying it, but I feel like he baits her into complaining in a way. He'll like there's no reason you have to ask her every single little bitty thing. Do you like this? Or what do you think about this, Mirla? Or is this up to your standard? Because you already know like it's something that she's not really liking or she's not really comfortable with. But I think he wants her to complain. Maybe that sounds weird, but that's just kind of how I see it. But that's really all I had to say, y'all. Thank you for letting me up here.
Oh, absolutely. And I totally agree about the baiting. I do feel like Gil will ask her some stuff just to get her to say something. It almost makes me feel like production because, like I was saying, I feel like some parts of it is boring. So they might tell Gil, okay, I'm going to need you to ignite something because y'all were giving us nothing. Like, what's my motivation? Like, like, come on, I need something from you. And so Gil comes in like, well, are you sad that we're not doing this? Or this costs this amount of money, waiting for Mirla to say something so she can get upset. So I think you are absolutely right on that. That was a great point. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. Candy with Glee. What's up, girl? What you got to say about this mess? I don't hear Candy with Glee. It says their mic isn't connected.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm not sure what's going on. Candy with Glee, can you hear me? Hey, Romel.
Hey.
Child, what you think about this mess?
Misha, are you ready to get into it? Because I'm finna get into it.
Oh, I know you finna get into it, child. I don't get into it, honey.
Woo, and I just came from work, and they already pissed me off at work, so I'm gonna just let it all out on them.
Okay.
Let me where I'm gonna start. Well, let me start with the most boring couple, Ryan and Brett. I've been seeing it from the get-go. They should have went on the ABC. He should have went on the Bachelorette. She should have went on the Bachelor, and maybe they would have found love. Or they went, or she went on the Paradise. Brett, I like Brett, but I feel like she was kind of late trying to pipe up. Like he been showing you he didn't want you. He wants a Victoria's Secret model, and you ain't that. I like Brett. I pray God give her the right man, but Ryan, he got to do some more soul searching, and he just I don't know, and I don't like the way he kind of treat her like she's nothing a little bit. And the fact that he talking about some, we can sleep in the same room. And like she said, no. Like, excuse me? Gil and Mirla. I don't see it for them. I didn't even look at the spoilers, but I know they ain't gonna last.
Not you done already doomed them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't. Johnny and Bao. Hopefully Bao got in the shower. Johnny, we just gonna put Johnny on the second list of worst husbands. I'm gonna get into that on my video. Johnny, all I'm gonna say about Johnny is he needs therapy and he needs to kind of pipe down too because Bao and Rachel, the way these men talking to them, they should be going ape shit. Excuse me. They should be going like Michaela. They should be throwing stuff. They should be knocking stuff over. They should be throwing bleach everything. Cause
Romeo, we are not going to encourage them to throw no bleach, and we are not. We is not going to encourage them to act no fool all the way up.
But look, but the way he talked to her, like he talking down to her. I'm like, oh no. And I don't think she doing just sitting there looking mad. And then Rachel, she want to talk to him the next day. Now, I think they did a very good job matching them on who. Because I'm telling you, if Johnny talked to Michaela the way he talked to Bao, he wouldn't be able to talk like that. If Jose locked Michaela out like he did Rachel, he'll learn his lesson. I don't be understanding them. And Jose, I didn't want to say, what people be saying about him because sometimes you can think somebody is that way and they really not, but he's like Johnny.
You're talking about Jose?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they one and the same. The only difference is, he kind of Jose was like, he claims he was one and done, but I know he's gonna be Jose again in no time. Johnny just keeps on repeating the same thing over and over and over and over. It's ridiculous. Okay, we got it. You don't like her. It's things about her that you don't like. Okay, you don't feel like she cooks gourmet meals. Okay, we got it, honey. We don't want to hear no more. Okay.
Yeah, and then another thing, I feel like she at going back to that dinner table, she kind of I talked about it on Chloe Live before. I feel like certain stuff Bao shouldn't have said because you kind of was like showing off, putting your husband out there. But like with Johnny and then what Chris did on Potomac, y'all getting up, pouting, walking away, that's being extra, So he shouldn't have walked away. Then he taking pieces of the roses. I'm like, y'all making a scene. I'm not saying going around acting like your marriage is perfect, but don't let everybody know y'all into it or something, or don't make a scene because I don't know if you ever been around, or you probably have been around people where couples they get into it and that's making a dinner, making everybody uncomfortable,
Yeah, I have definitely been at places where I feel like, okay, I don't want to go around there. Honey, that's why I understood Mirla when she said I would like my own cabin. Yes, absolutely. I would like to go somewhere and sit down and lay my wig down at night and not have to worry about if my wig gonna get tore up in between Michaela running through here like a banshee. I don't want my wig on the floor. If I want
and then, and another thing, they should have, now, I don't know who producers are. They should take some money out of Michaela's check. She throwing stuff. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I laughed. I was like, oh, hurricane. But,
oh, no, I didn't laugh at that, honey. That was nowhere near funny. Do you hear me?
No, I was laughing because, I was laughing at her because she looked crazy. And to me, it's funny because you literally showing your ass. If you going to say, oh, let's not paint black women this way, or, okay, then why are you acting this way? And then the fact that she act like a kid to me, they both childish. I'm not... some people may feel like he gaslight her. I wouldn't say he gaslight her. I would say he ain't innocent. He poked the bear. Then she go, "Wah!" Then he like, oh my God, let me leave. No, it's both of y'all. Both of y'all childish. Both of y'all petty. And both of y'all act 2 years old.
It's giving very much tit for tat. But honey, that didn't warrant her tearing that place down like that. That is a place that has been paid for by somebody else. And you need to be able to control your emotions. You told the man to leave. He left. Leave him alone and go sit down. And what you need to be watching while you in here watching whether or not he leaving, you need to be watching who's watching him while he's leaving.
Oh yeah. And you know what? Well, Bao, I don't know. I don't feel like she owes Michaela loyalty. Some people feel like Bao wrong if she really is dating Zach. I don't feel like she owe her loyalty by dating him if she is. Because that's not Michaela. They don't know each other. They know each other. They are castmates. Okay, come on now.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But at the same time, you went through this experiment together. And I think that's probably why. And I mean, if you're going to sit here and console me when I'm crying and feeling like I'm feeling, then at some point I can see why she would kind of feel away if this is true or if this is true or not. Because, you know, people say spoilers all day and night. But I try not to listen to them because I want to just focus and review what I'm actually watching. So I try not to delve into the spoilers. Now, I don't know if it's true or if it ain't true. All I'm going to say is, honey, I wish them all the best. Romel, thank you for joining me on this live. But I'm going to take a few more comments, and then I'm going to wrap it on up because I got to review Love and Marriage Huntsville and see what Hotel Hope is doing. Then I got to check our family or fiance and get into it as I get into it over there. And yeah, I got Life After Lockup too, child. You know the life of a reviewer, honey. You into it?
All right. Nice talking to you.
Same to you. And also, Romel, do not hesitate to drop your link to your channel in the chat. Y'all, Romel got some opinions about the people.
Oh,
okay?
yes. And I'm gonna try to link it, but if I can't link it, it's my username, unapologetically Romel. So
all right. Night, Ryan. Ryan said he is out. Peace. All right, y'all. I'm gonna take a few more comments. Thank y'all for joining me. All right, so Jacqueline Cartwright said, Mafs Australia, people will take your husband during the show. They don't wait until the show is over. Listen, Jacqueline, I heard that. Somebody said, listen, you need to, this was last season when Chris was losing his mind. They said, you need to review Married at First Sight Australia because those people are sleeping with each other and doing all kinds of stuff. I'm like, oh, child, But at the same time, Married at First Sight Australia has too many episodes for me. I was like, this is too much. Honey, I'm not going to be able to do all this. Zach is a bit passive aggressive, so Michaela feels safe pulling stunts. Bianca, I hope you watched the review. If you don't sound like me, that's exactly what I said. Passive aggressiveness all up and through. Let me just say that I appreciate everybody that actually came up here to speak to me and, you know, help me get through these muddy waters, okay? Because I needed a little assistance on this one. Y'all know normally, honey, I'm going to talk to y'all till I can't talk to y'all no more. And then we're going to go on about our business. But today I need a little bit of help. So thank you to my co-host. This was everything. Y'all made me feel like a talk show host and whatnot. Get into it. I actually appreciate y'all so much for actually taking the time to come up here and talk to me. So let me get back to these comments because we have been on here officially 2 hours. And I was really trying to wrap it up at the 2-hour mark. But this was an oversized bit of foolishness, honey. So I mean, we had to talk into it. We had to talk about it into more detail. So that's basically what's happening. But yes, I really appreciate y'all coming up, honey. Made me get my Wendy Williams on. Okay. Let's see what's going on over here, honey. If Wendy don't get back soon, honey, I'm gonna have to go over there and see what's going on her spot. But I was on some New Jack City shit. Y'all are so crazy. Oh my God. Victoria said, our long tears, she slipped into Michaela's spot. Baby. Honey, she said, look, it's not RuPaul's best friend's race. Laugh out loud. Bao said she went on the show for a husband, not to be friends with Hurricane K, honey. Bao said anybody's husband. Your husband, her husband. It don't matter, honey. Bow. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. I know that's right, Bao. Honey, Bao said, I ain't gonna let this go to waste, honey. She saw how calm Zach was in the eye of the storm. And she was like, I need me a weatherman in my life. Child, get into it if you're gonna get into it then. Rashida said, but I think they have become really close going through this experiment together. That's what I was thinking too, Rashida. I think they're just good friends. But child, you never really know. So I mean, it could be. Douglas. Let me see what Douglas talking about. Bao and Zach are cool. They feel each other. Nope. Bao don't owe hush. Michaela is crazy, like Johnny. Okay, tell us how you really feel. Child, tell us how you really feel. Lynn, your wish is my command. I am working on 2 more story times. And I actually figured out a way to get my second channel monetized. It's already up for monetization, but I haven't linked the channels because I'm scared and whatnot because y'all show me so much love over here on this channel. And I do not want to go over there and lose what I have over here. So it's really hard. But I did figure it out, and I am going to give y'all those 2 story times coming up. And also, I am going to be uploading them onto a podcast. I will drop the link so that y'all can listen, whenever you feel like it. It's going to be called a story time. It's not really a story time. And also, you can call in, send in whatever it is you want to send in, and we can talk about it. Get into it as we get into it. Firefly said, did the experts match these couples or the producers? Producers all the way. All the way. Why Misha got me listening to Hurricane Chris after every episode? I know this company like, what in the Spotify streaming is happening? It's happening here. Dusted him off the shelf, shaking my head. Listen, Victoria, I fell up in his DMs and I was like, Hurricane Chris, I need you to make an appearance on one of my lives, okay? Needless to say, he ignored me, honey, because he don't know how popping I am. But I did ask him to come on over here since I'm just dropping people over in his life, honey. I'm sure people are downloading it on the YouTube and everything else. And the crazy part is I saw an interview that he was doing, and he was talking about how that song came to be. But honey, I wasn't listening to nothing he was saying because all I was thinking was, bow, 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 boom, 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 boom. That's all I could think of. Wait a minute, who said bow got the Delilah spirit? Shout out to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Child, this is a fool. Misha is going to give Hurricane Chris a comeback. Okay, single-handedly. I'm going to bring him on back. I love a good throwback song. Y'all know I love a soundtrack. Now, he out of prison. Yep, that's D. He's out. He's out of prison. Listen, I keep up with all things music. I told y'all I used to want to be a rapper. I really thought I was going to be Megan Thee Stallion, but I'm Misha. So there's that. I really did. I really thought I was gonna be a rapper, y'all. I used to walk around my middle school. I had a tablet. I had rhymes in it. I used to enter talent shows. I was cold too, honey. All that. Okay. And I used to get into it as I got into it. I really thought that I was gonna be a part of Bone Thugs and Harmony because that is my all-time favorite rap group of all. Just they're everything to me. I can rap every Bone Thugs and Harmony song backwards and forwards, everything. So I used to call myself Lady Bone. And I just knew that they were going to pick me up, even though I was in middle school and they were grown men. So, child, I had delusions of grandeur. Do y'all hear me? Hey, I thought I was a real rapper. But my brother used to hype me up so much, like, yeah, you got it. And I'm like, I got it? He's like, yeah, you got it. Because the thing about rapping to me is I love the words. I'm a lyricist. I love listening to people speak. I love all things words. So, that's probably why I talk so much, honey. But yeah, child, I thought I was going to be a rapper, but Hurricane is definitely out the pen. He out. We poured out a little something for him. We've been singing his songs and whatnot, and we're here. Not Misha Minaj. Child, I'm not about to play with y'all. I am not about to play, honey. Ooh, it's a fool. Child, yeah, I'm telling y'all, listen, I'm about to start my membership, and my members going to get a chance to hear me spit something, okay? Like I be in here with the music loud, rapping and everything, and singing, rapping and singing. And my son be like, turn that down. I don't like that song. I'm like, oh, baby, we about to get into this. You might not like it, but I do. Look, the first rap song that I ever heard was My Mind Is Playing Tricks on Me by Ghetto Boys. And honey, you couldn't tell me nothing. When I first heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. And then the next thing you know, I was listening to Regulators by Warren G and Nate Dogg. And I was listening to that. My daddy came in the room. He was like, what in the world? Why are you listening to Regulators? And I was like, it was a clear black night, a clear white moon. Honey, I was getting into it. That's my mama was like, girl, you will not be a rapper. Not in this house. So then I had to change courses and go to school and whatnot. And child. Anywho, and now I'm here with all of you. Michaela over there singing, I think you're so uncool. Jasmine, I said good day. Honey, I'm not about to play with you because y'all know I'm about to sing it again tonight. Okay? Y'all know I'm about to sing it. Have you heard of Toby and Miss Misha, in my opinion? He's a rapper from A-Leaf, Texas. He's great. Absolutely. And let me tell you something about child. My child's father is from A-Leaf. Okay? Child, we really gonna get into it. Oh, honey. Well, Meg Spitz, Misha did say she was stacked like Aisha from Ready to Love season 5. Baby, when I seen Aisha come through there, I said, go girl. I thought I was looking at myself. I said, yes, ma'am, honey. Let's get into it if we're going to get into it with the zhuzh of it all. Did you know one member of the Ghetto Boys is on YouTube? Yeah, actually, one member of the Ghetto Boys is my my dad's actual cousin. That's how come that was the first rap song that I've ever heard. Like their moms are sisters. So yeah, that's a whole thing. But child, I love me some Ghetto Boys. I love me some Bone Thugs and Harmony. I love me some Lil' Kim. Child, let me just tell you this. When I was in middle school, I used to be in trouble all the time because I would be walking down the hallway rapping songs with cuss words all up and through. And you could not tell me nothing because I said I was going to be a rapper. I said what I said and I ain't changing it. And then all of a sudden, my teacher one day was like, "You're so great with words. Why don't you become like a, maybe a news anchor or something?" And I'm like, "A news anchor? Girl, they ain't giving no judge." But I mean, I guess I figure it out. But then after that, I decided I wanted to be a pediatrician. And I was like, wait a minute. Millennial dad boss said, "You didn't read my super chat. What did it say?" Yeah, I decided I want to be a pediatrician. Then I figured out I was going to be in school for the rest of my life. And I'm like, nah, I've had enough. I let that go. Then I decided that I was going to do radio and television. And I said I wanted to get my own talk show. And then I couldn't do that. So I said, let me just get on YouTube. So let me get on YouTube. Somebody can listen to my foolishness, honey. But hopefully somebody pick me up and I can come from behind the veil. So y'all can be like, "Misha, is that you?" "Yes, ma'am." Let's get into it, honey. Favorbrooke, you know about Toby? He is fire. He is. Wait a minute. Let me see. I'm going to take a few more, y'all, and then we're going to wrap it up because it's time for me to get into it over here. Oh, my God. 800 plus people in here. Congrats. It's so amazing to watch your channel grow. Thank you, Peanut Butter Cup. I feel really blessed, like for real. I was in the kitchen the other day, y'all, and I was about to make some food because all I do is eat and get thick, okay, in case I want to give me a man sometime. And the wintertime coming, and I'm already starting to get, hey, big head, text messages and whatnot. So if I'm ready to get into it as I get into it, I got to make sure I'm stacked, okay? Period. No, I'm just kidding. But I was in the kitchen and I was getting ready to make me some food. And I was getting so many alerts on my phone that there were comments. And I was just like, GOD, you are showing out. Like, thank you so much, y'all. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for always watching me. Thank you for commenting. That's why I always make sure to comment back. I don't care if it's an emoji, I'm going to comment back. I don't care if I'm going to say I agree. I don't care what it is. You take the time to talk to me, I'm going to talk to you. I appreciate all of y'all for joining this live. I'm about to get the membership and stuff up. Also, we're at 20,000 subscribers. Okay, 20,000 subscribers. Do y'all understand? I thought I was going to have like 1,000 subscribers just enough to get monetized and be happy with that. Like this was a side hustle. But I'm really trying to turn it in to something bigger and something, greater. And that's because of all of you. So I appreciate it. Even if you just came by just for tonight. And, Ryan was talking in the chat, child. He talking, getting into it as he get into it. Even if y'all just come for the lives, thank you so much. Thank all 20,000 of you. I'm like 20,000 and I have not even been on YouTube for a year. Child, I mean, I just love y'all. I really do. Now, some days I'll be like, okay, nah, you get that one ignorant comment. I'll be like, all right, I'm about to shut this YouTube down, child. They getting on my nerves. Child, this YouTube getting on my nerves, honey. I can't keep up. But at the same time, I review every show that y'all suggest because I know that it's because of you that it's 20,000 subscribers. It's because of you that it's 900 people watching the live. It's because of y'all that people stop and actually watch it. Because if they see comments, they realize that, listen, this is a avatar, but maybe it's something to it because somebody else is commenting. So I appreciate that. And I'm just so thankful. I appreciate even every last one of y'all. I really do. Like I was in the kitchen, like in tears because I couldn't believe it. Before I started my YouTube, which I'm about to end this live in like the next few minutes. Before I started my YouTube, I was broken. I was so sad. I was depressed. I was down. Like I was everything. And I was like, you know what? Let me just start a YouTube and see if somebody will listen to my goofiness. And I had some day ones, honey. Some of them left because they didn't agree with certain things that I would say, honey. I'm not sure why, child. They team this and team that, honey. So they gone. But anywho, that's cool. But there are some of you that have been here with me when my mic didn't sound too good or when I was speaking directly into the speaker on my laptop. And I'm just so appreciative. And I thank each and every one of y'all. Because, honey, if it's up, then it's stuck. Okay. So now I feel so much better. And it's thanks to y'all. Okay. Like, I love it. Look, R. DeAndre said, at 50K, can you do a Beyonce style photo dump? We nosy. Listen, I might do that. Okay. At first, I said I was going to do it at 20,000, but I don't think I'm ready, honey. I don't know who lurking in the wings, child. You know, I'm still hiding from that one crazy ex, which is going to be another story time on my channel. But yeah. Anywho, y'all, we have been on here for over 2 hours. Let me gather my wig because Love and Marriage Huntsville, I'm getting ready to listen to Mel and Martell fuss and holler at each other. Hopefully Tiffany don't be caring in this episode. Destiny, hopefully she gonna say something that makes some sense. And we're gonna get into it, y'all. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good night. Join me on the next live, which is gonna be next week. Thank you, Child Cole, and happy belated birthday. It was Child's birthday the other day. Thank you for bringing us so much laughter. Thank you for actually listening. Okay, and some of y'all listen to every review, whether you watch the show or not. Now that's how you do it. Okay, now that's some support. And you know what? I was watching this meme and it said, I was reading this meme and it said that strangers will support you more than people you know. When I tell y'all that's the realest thing that I have ever read in my life, it's real. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. See y'all on the next live. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace. Bye, y'all.